everyone, and welcome back to another episode of This Book Sucks. Let me fucking roast it. And if you guys are familiar with my channel at all, I end up actually roasting it. Anyway, so today, let's just jump into it because I feel like I have a lot to say, and I didn't make a script for this one, much like I did for Rin, Tongue, and Dorner. But it's just really, really bad. So, This Man by Jodi Ellen Malpas. It is 470 pages of absolute bullshit. This does include topics such as domestic violence and manipulation. If you guys are sensitive to that, please click away. I would rather you not be subjected to this book if you have that kind of trauma or have lived through something so horrible. I don't know how I keep on going back to books about this topic, but it just happens, I guess. So anyway, let's just kind of go into it. Also, by the way, I'm sorry if you can't see me pretty well because the weather's horrible, and I'm pretty sure that's God telling me not to make this video, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So here we go. Alright, so This Man is by Jodi Ellen Malpas. I researched her a bit. You're gonna see the similarities of 50 Shades of Grey to this book. The cover is no coincidence. This is very much ripping off 50 Shades of Grey, but we'll get to that. So let me read to you what this book is about. Welcome to the sensual world of This Man. Young interior designer Ava O'Shea has no idea what awaits her at the manor. A run-of-the-mill consultation with a stodgy country gent— oh, I forgot to say this is British— seems likely, but what Ava finds instead is Jesse Ward, a devastatingly handsome, utterly confident, pleasure-seeking playboy who knows no boundaries. Ava doesn't want to be attracted to this man, yet she can't control the overwhelming desire that stirs in her. She knows that her heart will never survive him, and her instinct is telling her to run, but Jesse is not willing to let her go. He wants her, and is determined to have her. Includes brand new bonus scenes. And apparently, this is the first edition, by the way, and as you can tell, there are no testimonies or anything like that. That's how you know it was self-published. And it's even funnier because not only is this ripping off the first 50 Shades of Grey, it is also ripping off 50 Shades Darker and 50 Shades Freed, as this book also comes with two other books. And I know this was ripped off because this was written in 2013 and published in 2013. 2 years after 50 Shades, that is more than enough time to write 3 horrible erotic books. Let's read the first chapter. There's some pretty interesting writing here. Obviously, I wouldn't be talking about it if I had some good writing. Some interesting stuff is that she always describes people, at least men, the people that she works with, and the people that she meets, as these very fat, very old, very overweight, kind of ugly people, which is kind of yikes. I physically flinch at the sight of him, because that's no regular size. Okay. Right off the bat, she's fat-shaming. And I think this is mainly just to make the main character, or the main love interest, a little bit more attractive when you finally read him. But it doesn't work. Because at the end of the day, the main character is like almost 40, which is weird because she's 23 or 24. Ava basically goes to work and then goes to this manor because she's an interior designer, and so she's like going to a consultation to this big house, this big manor, right? And his eyes are described as sludgy green. I don't know what that is. This is also really weird because she has no kind of filter when it comes to being wet or not.
It's a pleasure,
he whispers in my ear, which only serves to make me moan slightly. He's trying my name on his lips, and it takes all of my strength not to moan again. Why is she moaning all the time? This is chapter 2! I'm on page 11! Why is this is already happening? It's happening! It's happening! Also, this is the first time where we read the words "This Man" throughout the whole book. She says it often. Makes sense why the book is called This Man. They just talk about, a consultation. Really boring rich people stuff. His trouser-clad thigh brushes against my bare knee. Ew. Why you gotta say it like that? Why do you gotta say it like that? Another This Man, that's 2. He looks ridiculously fit and toned. Can we get a replay of the description of her supervisor real quick? I physically flinch at the sight of him, because that's no regular size. Okay. I feel him close behind me. Too close. I can smell him. Usually when you write, you separate paragraphs by topic, location, somebody new talking. And I like how this paragraph just kind of ignores that, and then just kind of makes two sentences that have nothing to do with each other, for some reason right next to each other. My God, this man is sex on legs. I'm almost disappointed that traditional doesn't feature in my design history. Oh my God. One thing that they do often, if you've seen either the movie or read the book, is that they chew their bottom lip often. But judging from Rintang and Dorner, that was technically erotica, more like space erotica, that had a lot less lip biting, so I'll give it that. Oh, we got a This Man on page 26. I load the DVD player with the latest offering from the local rental shop. Is that outdated? When was this? 2013? Nah, we'll let it slide. Chapter 3 starts with the introduction of Tom, which is this very, very gay, very homosexual character. He's very promiscuous. It's almost like a caricature. It's really strange. Darling, I've missed you. He air kisses me and turns to Patrick, who holds his hands up in a don't even think about it gesture. Homophobia! Isn't that just hilarious? So apparently Matt is this ex that she's had, and Patrick is just really homophobic towards Tom, I guess. He went through her phone while she went to his house and put his contact in her phone without letting her know. First of all, get a password, bitch. Also, this is really weird. I'm assuming this is just a British thing, but it says here that her roommate, Kate, is dousing her chips in mayonnaise. Is that cannibalism? Is it cannibalism for British people to eat mayonnaise? Kate is the roommate here, and she has the exact same name as the roommate from 50 Shades of Grey. 30 pages in, this creepy guy is already leaning into her ear and asking,
"How loud do you think you'll scream when I fuck you?"
I am so sorry you have to hear me say these things. I am sorry. I don't even want to say these things. This man, causing hot liquid lava to flood to my groin. Ew! Another This Man, just the next page, 37. Then he texts her saying,
"Being rejected isn't very nice. Why won't you answer your call?"
And it's funny because he was the one that was kind of harassing her, and this is this comes up often. She picks up the call, and then he's like,
"Don't hang up, don't do it."
And he's like very desperate. How desperate is he for this pussy? How desperate is he, man? Anyway, and then she keeps on working because the manor would be good on her portfolio. Anyway, so then this is kind of interesting. You know how I said that Tom was a caricature of gay people? We got some more characters that are just caricatures of themselves. There's a big black bodyguard. That's how he's described. The only lines he ever says is,
"So good, girl. So good, girl."
And then there's also an Italian bartender, and his name? His name is Mario. Bartender ends up giving her a shot when she said that she was driving, and she still takes it. So I guess this book also condones drunk driving, which, no. Another "so good, girl." These comes up very often. It's the only line he says. Finds a strange woman standing like a complete plum. I'm not sure if that's just a British thing, but oh God, I just can't with these analogies. I'm also sure that's also an erotica thing because they're trying to make everything and anything a metaphor or an analogy. Another This Man, page 46. And then he says really ominously,
"You know you want this."
Yikes! And then he also calls her lady. I'm not sure if that's a British thing. We have Another Man. Page 51. I want to cry inside. Not necessarily fitting if you're horny. I don't think being horny makes you want to cry inside. And then he's kissing her, and he's like,
"Don't ruin this."
What? And then he legit just says,
"Don't run."
That sounds a lot like rape. And then she also says, "I am harassed. It took you long enough. It took you 55 pages to realize that." He chews on his bottom lip again. And then he also says,
"You're not leaving here unless it's in my car. Do you understand me?"
So then she ends up calling her mom, which is like a thing that happens a lot in erotica, where like they call someone and then just kind of be like, "Oh, I don't want to tell her about my sexcapades, so I'll just pretend to be a little nice little girl, and my mom will never ever find anything out." I don't know how she turned into Borat at the end of that, but yeah. He ends up finding out where she lives. He's like,
"If you don't answer your phone, I'm just gonna have to break into your house and talk to you."
And then he bangs on the door like,
"Open the door."
And then she's like horny while all this is happening. She's like, "I must not let him breach my defenses." Another This Man, page 70. He looks delicious, slapping my hand away from my hair. Okay, now it's getting a little physical. I can't. I'm trying really hard, but the bloody words won't come out. It's like, yo, not interested. Please don't make any more advances towards me. I'm very uncomfortable. Those are the words. Those are the very easy to find words. And then she's like, stop, please. He just comes into her house, harasses her, and then leaves. My stomach does a few cartwheels. I'm sure I've read that in 50 Shades a few times too. Anyway, a lot of the times the pages are crossed out because a lot of the pages that are crossed out do not belong there. I think that it does nothing to the plot. And for you guys to know how many crossed out pages there are, yeah. And then she apologizes for cursing when she's a fucking adult. Then we got a boring home tour. And then we got this really horrible joke. Really bad. He was known as the Master of Light. The subject was always the light. He makes inanimate objects feel interesting. It makes you look at the photographs in a different light.
Hilarious and original.
That funny.
So then he chews the bottom lip again. And then she also continues to yell, stop. We need to stop this.
No,
He growls.
that leaves you too much time to change your mind.
People change their goddamn minds about consent.
No, my cock has been aching since last Friday.
Why are you still subscribed to this channel? Please leave. Chapter 7 starts with a nice this man, and then we get another this man in page 95, and now I'm getting a British accent. So apparently now Ava is going to one of the houses that she just finished furbishing. It was for sale. They go, and then apparently Jesse's there, and then Jesse's like,
Hey, I just bought this house.
he has enough money to just buy anything that she works on. Because he just bought a house. He just bought a huge fucking mansion. He just bought a huge one. And then apparently he has like a nasty scar on his abdomen, which is never explained ever throughout the entire book. Holy shit, I've never come during penetrative sex. Have you been having sex, right?
Oh. Ah! I've always used a condom, except with you.
Okay. She should have had a say in that. Because apparently later we find out that he's stealing her birth control.
If I let you go, you might forget how it feels. You might also change your mind.
Again! She has the right to do that. I feel like I've been marked. Claimed, even. Did he pee on you? The whole chapter, they just fuck. That's it. We get another this man on page 111. The woman couldn't have made her claim any clearer if she'd pissed all over him, like how you wanted him to. And then he was chewing his bottom lip again.
You want me to remove my shirt?
He says, no, thank you. This is definitely a man who likes to be in control. He breaches my pulsing void. Don't call a vagina that. Can we have different words for vaginas? No, thank you. And then they also do butt stuff. And instead of ever saying butthole or anus or anything, she says, my opening.
Once I'm in, you'll love it. Trust me.
Yeah, because nothing says I'm a sane, reasonable man like him telling a woman how she will feel during sex. I mean, I'm assuming this is from personal experience, Jesse?
Stop fighting, Ava. Relax.
Yikes, no thank you. And then they fuck in the new apartment because, like, he's got like 70 houses, apparently. He has like an apartment just right by where they were just so they can fuck. He's the reason why there's a homelessness problem. It's because he's buying too many fucking houses. I feel his scorching release shoot deep inside me. We have this man on page 130. Another one on page 131.
You refused to spend the day with me and then thrust those fabulous boobs in my face.
That sounds a lot like an incel. That sounds a lot like Elliot Rodger, maybe? Pretty much this whole chapter is like crossed out. He chews his lip again.
Good girl. Give me 5.
He says after sex. So then in 50 Shades, something happens, right? Because she's a journalist and studied English and literature in college, Christian Grey gives her a book. First edition, right? Well, apparently this also happens. But in 50 Shades, it makes sense. Because it's a gift to a literature major. I would like to get a book. I would love to get a book in the mail. And, you know, it's great, especially if it's first edition. Wow, that's awesome. But she is a interior designer. So getting a book is just really weird. And the reason why he gave her the book is because he says,
Ava, you're like a book I can't put down. I need to know more.
Very flimsy motivation we got here. Could you assemble it on site?
Nope.
Why?
I just couldn't.
There's no logic into this. There's no logic in any of this. It's just scene after scene. I'm pretty sure she just wrote this all in one sitting. Hey, look, it's me again, but this time I'm like interrupting a different part of the video. So you know how like last time I was talking about my friend who was on Twitch? Well, here's also me talking about him again. Here's the little thing. Here's his little fuck. Here's a link. Go to the little link. And the link is also in the description.
Ah! Oh my god!
But I also wanted to talk about another guy. Here's here's another link, and here's a little different snippet.
Okay, we're gonna switch. Oh, wait a minute.
Golly, that was really entertaining, wasn't it? All right, let's go back to the video. Make sure you follow him. The link is here.
Look at that link.
No. So then we have another description of this guy that starts to assault her. Overweight, balding, middle-aged, the whole nine. This is a very interesting scene. Let's dissect this. I cry, getting a waft of stale body odor. Jesse doesn't have body odor because he has abs and he can't sweat. That's not allowed. I'm pinned to the side of the car.
Get your fucking hands off of her.
He says. Oh, thank God, she thinks. And look at this entire description of this one guy. Fat, ugly head, his sweaty features, his ugly face, his short legs, moldy. What kind of man gets a woman and forces her to apologize? Jesse also told you not to change your mind about having sex with him, and I think that's pretty worse. Jesse, I pause, wondering if following could be classified as stalking. Yes, it is.
Don't do stupid shit.
He says, if you weren't gay, I would have slapped you by now. Oh! She goes to the apartment, wondering why he's mad. They kiss, mad, and then he walks off. So then she said that she needs space, and then that's what he gave her. But then she's like super depressed now because that isn't what she wanted. I don't get it. I don't get it. So as you can see, nothing's happening in these pages at all. No thank you. No, can we just... Yeet Kate says, oh, don't start with all that airy crap. You can't say that word when you describe a gay person. And this is describing Tom, and I don't... This book is canceled. Jodi and Malpas, you're canceled. She meets an attractive rich man but she's too preoccupied with Jesse. And to be honest, he seems like he could have honestly treated her better than what Jesse would have. But no, she finds her ex at the party, and then Jesse just chokes him. He thinks that he's flirting with her. Also, every time any of their friends are talking to her, to the main character, to Ava, they're always talking about a guy, whether it be the ex or whether it be Jesse. Please let me walk away.
Never.
Let me go, Jesse.
No.
Another this man, I guess. And then Jesse, a almost 40-year-old man wearing a salmon polo, sunglasses, and cargo shorts, is in the middle of the party on the dance floor dancing to Justin Timberlake. And then we have four of this man's. Ding, 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 ding. They have the audacity to say, he weren't bad. He weren't bad. Not he wasn't bad. He weren't bad. I'm just gonna... Weren't bad. Another 50 Shades of Grey thingy where she wakes up at his place, undressed. And that's a very popular scene in 50 Shades where she's like, did you undress me? Did you see my boobies? And then he's like, yes, I had to, when in reality he didn't have to. Another This Man. Apparently they have hangover sex because she has a hangover and she needs to be cured. They have sex. It cures her fucking hangover. He's sitting at the island, dipping his finger in a jar of peanut butter. He does this often. Don't ask me why. I don't know. It's never explained in the book. Another This Man. Another This Man. He spills himself deep inside me.
Eat your eggs, baby.
I'm just reading all the bad lines here. Anyway, so then they have sex and then go to have more sex. And then she draws up the plan, but then she's like kind of jealous, even though that they live together pretty much now. And then also there's like a cat fight between like her and like his girlfriend, so to say. I'm getting really fucking tired of this book. Oh, great. Chapter 17 is all crossed out. So, there you go. Nothing happens. Literally nothing happens. She ignores him. All I wrote. That chapter 18 was connected to that page. Ooh. Chapter 18. After receiving... Fuck. I stand up like a complete lemon. I know that if he gains entry, it'll be game over.
We don't run anymore, Ava.
Get off.
If you do what you're told, our lives will be a lot easier.
No, I scream. They have sex. Another This Man. They have no romance. They are not romantically attracted to each other. There is no evidence of them being romantically attracted to each other. I love every element of him. No, you don't. You just like getting your rocks off.
I've not taken you for dinner.
Yeah, it's 253 pages. All right, so you know how we were introduced to Mario? Well, another Italian person that has nothing to do with Mario is named Luigi. They go to a random Italian restaurant. The waiter's name is Luigi, and he's Italian. And they don't even bring up the fact that their names are Mario and Luigi. They don't bring it up. And then they also throw shade at 50 Shades.
Ava, I don't need that sort of arrangement to get a woman to do what I want her to do in my bedroom.
Go off, sis. They look at that scar that's never brought up again. And then they do food sex. And he gets a jar of like Nutella or just chocolate and then just spreads it all over her body until the jar is empty. Until the jar is empty. That's a lot of goddamn chocolate. And then instead of eating it off of her or anything kind of sexual, he's just like,
Go shower. Go, get it off of you. Fuck, Ava, you're weeping.
As they're having sex. I don't like reading that sentence. He swiftly returns to my sex.
Oh, fuck!
He roars. You're sticky. I'm sticky. Could I make it any more obvious? I regain consciousness. That is not a good way to start a chapter after having sex. Now I cry, smashing my back down. My body explodes, sending me soaring into orbit. It's something I forgot to mention. Every time they have sex, they always come at the same time. Always. Scooping peanut butter from a jar with his finger, as he always does. Anyway, so then they have sex. She goes to work. They've only met about 2 weeks ago, and they've already had sex about 9 times. Anyway, there's no consent here, where it's like,
You don't dictate when and where I kiss you, or for how long.
yeah, she should. That's what consent is. He's so horny that he literally can't control himself when he sees her in a dress. Is that how he sees me? Like a little plaything he gets to fucking control. Yes! Yes, you stupid slut! Why did I have to go and fall in love? No, you didn't fall in love. You just really wanted that dick. You don't realize that you're paying me to have sex with you, I whisper. Not that different from what's going on. He wants to keep me. What, to fuck me? Yes. And she buys a dress to make him mad, and then she comes over to fuck, and then, but then she ends up fucking up everything. Leaving like my head's been squeezed into a condom. This figurative language is not one I really wanted to read. They go on a motorbike, then go to the manor, and he's naked. He keeps on doing that, I guess.
I would never hurt you intentionally. An accident, though, yeah, I would.
Another This Man. Haven't seen those in a while. They have sex again. They have sex in the same chapter. Again. Stop! I shudder.
No!
They have sex. That's it. More useless pages. They go to the party. She invites everyone from work. That's it! Why did we need all of these pages to illustrate that? Matt is at the party for some reason. They end up going to the other house that he bought to fuck. You think I'm just ripping these. They have nothing. They have no substance. He ended up just moving all of her stuff into his house. Without permission. His teeth clamp tightly onto my clitoris. Did I say that right? Yikes. I don't know. I'm not one to bite a clitoris because I don't like clitorises. But still, what if someone bit on your dick? That shit just does not sound good. We both cry out as they both have sex and come at the same time, I guess. You can tell I'm really fucking irritated. I'm really angry at this book because it's just so dumb. They have sex. They go to dinner. Her mom comes. Kate and her talk about Jesse. That's it. That's the whole chapter. And that took 20 pages. Chill out, senorita, says Kate to a maid who is very Hispanic. And then the maid also says, Mr. Ward, he said not to come. It's very interesting how all of the characters are stereotypes. Anyway, so all the rooms have beds. And then it turns out that Jesse's like,
Oh, I thought you knew what we used the manor for this whole time.
and then she's like, you have a fucking sex house? Yes, that's the whole plot twist at the end. The house he owns is a brothel. A guy exposes Jesse, but then for some reason Jesse literally beats the shit out of him, gets him from the neck, and then slams onto the ground and then starts stomping on his fucking head. Yikes! Do I even know who Jesse is? No, you don't. Please give him a chance. He deserves a chance. Yeah, it's because it's your friend. Of course you think he deserves a chance. Because he's manipulating her into, lying to her. Not telling her things. This is not okay. She should have left. And then she goes to the house and then he's drunk and he's about to kill himself. And she looks at her and says,
I said you would cause more damage if you left me, but you left anyway. Now look at the fucking state of me.
look at how sad I am. Look at how depressed I am. 'Tis your fault for not accepting me for making sex house. And then this man.
I'm a fucked up sorry state, and it's all because of you.
Manipulation at its finest. We have another one at 450, and that's it. The book ends with her being so sad because she believes that it's her fault. She legit thinks, man, he's so sad. I should have changed it. I should have changed something. No. You're canceled. You're canceled! This book is horrible. It promotes abuse, and it promotes domestic abuse, it promotes manipulation, and for some reason it's just seen as being really hot, and also, like, he's older than her, and hey, I mean, I'm not judging, but, like, that's kind of supposed to be hot, is that he has this very unknown age, but he's like 30, 40 something, and I don't know. There's some funny scenes. I didn't necessarily enjoy myself because the more I read it, the more I fell into insanity, as you can probably tell right now. I am very upset and I'm very emotional and I really hate this book. Do I recommend this book? No, because it legitimately is torture. I do not recommend this book. It is torturous. It is a complete waste of my time. It was poorly written, horrible grammar, and it was just a complete waste of my time. I just did not like it. And the thing is that I went to Jodi Ellen Malpas's Instagram, and she is still writing over and over and over again. She's writing so many books. And I mean, yeah, I guess I'm proud of her because I'm still like stuck on the second book that I'm writing. But still, it's like, I gotta give her props. It's a horrible book. It's horribly written, but I gotta give her props. It's probably her first draft, but I gotta give her props. Do not read this book. Now let's go roast it. Just go to the reason why you guys clicked on this video. thank you guys so much for watching. It really does mean a lot. Especially because this video is pretty long and I just rant about things. I have another book review coming up soon and some more movie reviews. I know a lot of people are very confused and concerned that I won't be continuing movie reviews. Of course, I'm still continuing movie reviews. I have a lot of movies lined up, I have a lot of books lined up, and I have a lot of other content that is lined up right now. So do not worry, I have a lot of content coming out, especially because we're in quarantine and we got nothing better to do. Anyway, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe, or don't because you probably hate me. If you're British, I'm sorry that I had such a horrible British accent throughout the whole video. Anyway, join me next time where I end up burning my entire bookshelf. Bye-bye. Thank you Tony Gates 18, Olivia Sorrento, Dark Pizza, Rain Duenas, Matthew Lee, Leon Yuen, and Romeric Machado. I hope you guys are staying safe during this quarantine, and thank you for watching.